the trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite. Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville.
Welcome to Hanging Loose, a disc golf podcast, hosted by ShankedDG and SpiiciiboiiDG.
Couldn't hear him do his intro or anything.
Hello?
Dad?
Yes, welcome to the show. Yes, we are rolling, yes.
Welcome to the Hanging Loose podcast. My name is ShankedDG, and with me, as always, is Aaron Judge.
No.
They
Aaron
actually
Judge
can't see that on the...
Aaron Judge doesn't show up when it matters, only when it means nothing. Yes, an extra special shout out today to our sponsor. It's SpiiciiboiiDG, by the way. And if you didn't know, now you know.
SpiiciiboiiDG.
Thank you to randdiscgolf.com for providing this absolutely luxury jersey. I love it. Feels great. Looks great. Got my name on the back. I feel like $1 million, and they look great. And I told you the white colorway is the best one. I don't know, you freaking pink or teal nerds.
Teal's the best, but they all look pretty freaking snazzy. So
I told I'm going to do the whole show like this. I told RV3 that I feel like a 1990s Taco Bell cup in the best way. Also, he sent me some stickers and a cool little, it's like a mini vinyl mini.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah. So thank you, Randy. Appreciate you very much, buddy.
Oh, buy all your Frisbees at randdiscgolf.com.
And he just 7 to 10 minutes ago put up a new order of MVP misprints. So
yes, by the time you hear this, they will be sold out, but keep an eye out. He's been stocking them mofos like crazy.
He's been following them slowly through neighborhoods, stalking them.
Yes.
I played disc golf last week.
Hell yeah.
And I finished under par, and I think I played so well that the guy who usually wins was like, and he did again, but like, he's like, "You're really good shooting today." I was like, "Thanks, man. I've been doing nothing but putting across my living room for the last month, it feels like." So that was kind of fun.
So what you're saying is putting practice actually matters?
Oh, it 100% matters. I just don't have time to do it. But I also got lucky on like 3 of my drives where I split a gap that was an inch wider than the disc. Like 3 different times. My friend was like, "If you fucking do it again, we're going to have a problem." So, sorry. I'm not doing it on purpose. I'm aiming in that area and just happening to get lucky. So.
Just getting lucky. That was like the I think it was first round of KC Wide Open this last weekend. There was a shot of Ricky throwing between like 2 branches, and there's like, you could give me 10 attempts at that and I would never hit that gap.
It's funny because that's literally what I was telling my buddy when it kept happening. I was like, dude, you could give me 1,000 throws, and if I got it through here 3 times, I would feel like I did a good job. And I got it through 3 out of 3 times, so I don't know what's happening.
Those rounds are awesome.
Yeah,
just
it was a good
one.
time. When you're playing as little as I have been and you play well, it's nice. I'm getting recruited by a new bar to do bingo for them. Thursday nights. So that's kind of exciting.
Bingo?
Yeah.
Is it a bar or a nursing home?
Sorry that people go out and do other things besides farm to have fun here.
I think it's a valid question.
It's definitely not. No one that comes to play bingo is even over the age of like 40, let alone 50. It's fun. You do music requests. We spell fuck on the bingo board. It's not like just like bingo. It's not like that at all.
No, I just my experience.
Why don't you ask Brian Papa Wolf how fun my bingo is? Because he can't. Well, that's probably not a good example because he's like 66 years old. So. But
again, I stand by the question.
Yeah.
No, my only experience with bingo is going to like Wednesday night church with my grandma and playing bingo. So,
see, that's what bingo
that's
used
just what
to be. We're trying. I started bingo 4 years ago at this bar. It's been fun, kind of like let's get drunk and play bingo, and not like let's just sit here. It's like party bingo. And then now there's a company called Bingo Loco that started in Ireland. That is like, it's like a rave plus bingo. I don't even know how you hear people call bingo. Like that defeats the whole purpose of the game. But they have that. The Gila River Casino here in Arizona is starting to do like party bingo nights. I'm like, y'all fucking cramping my style, man. This was my shit. Now everybody's just moving in on it. I don't like it. You do anything fun this weekend?
No, I have been just back-to-back sick with. There's a fly harassing me. I've been back-to-back sick. I missed the one episode because I was in like 1 foot in the grave. And then
remember, we were so hopeful too.
Friday, I got some sort of like head cold or something.
What?
And then so I've been. I don't know if you can hear it. I'm still getting over it, but
I just assume you always sound like shit. So,
yeah, I mean, it's not a bad assumption, but I haven't been doing. I've been. I don't know. I'm sure everyone's like this, but it seems like when one thing happens, just everything happens. Like the saying, "It rains when it rains, it pours."
Oh yeah,
right? Like
I'm very on the wrong end of that very often.
Yeah, I had the stomach flu, and then my dog died, and my fridge broke, and then I get sick again, and I get fired from my one of my jobs. It's just like, just keep getting.
I didn't get fired, but we could talk about that later.
Yeah, no, I mean it's not a huge deal. I didn't get fired in like a bad way. They just couldn't afford to employ me anymore. On good terms.
Yeah, definitely not getting fired. Maybe
let go.
Turn your outlook up a little bit.
Yeah. But
you're too badass for them is what it means.
Yeah, I'm too expensive.
It's the cheapest drug there is. That's one of my favorite clips ever.
But yeah,
sorry, man.
So
things will turn around soon.
On a good note, I renewed my PDGA membership. So,
gross.
For like 15% off or something.
You could hand me $35 right now.
25% off. Use code renew25 at pdga.com and give them less money than you would regularly. So
you're still shilling for them, so it really kind of negates it. But all right, I was gonna say you could hand me $35 right now, and I would still need to go find $20 to renew my membership because your boy broke.
I thought it used to be 60 to renew.
That's 50, I thought.
It's 50. I went into it thinking it was 60, and then I saw it was only 50, and then an additional 25% off, and I was like, shit.
Well, yeah, I think they
played
also
like 2 tournaments. I paid for it. Also, the magazine is.
Now they add extra for the magazine and like any perks or whatever.
Yeah, the magazine isn't included anymore, which I opted out because it was fun when it was a included thing. I'd skim it, and then my son would tear it apart.
I think all of mine are still in the plastic they came in.
Hey, that might be worth something in 80 years, or it won't be.
Nope, sure. You know what? Said the same thing about Pokemon cards, though, and they're worth plenty of money now. So
yeah. I used to a little bit of nerd alert on a little backstory for the Shanky boy.
Don't be stealing my name.
That's our name.
No, it's my name.
Our name. Anyways, I used to play Magic, like the card game.
Yeah.
And I played with a guy who had a second. It wasn't a first. It was like a second edition Black Lotus, and he was like, "This card's worth like $10,000." And at the time, I was like, that's bullshit. You're just trying to be cool." No, no, that card is worth a shitload of money.
Now, if they're in good condition.
And he had it in like a plastic clamshell in a plastic sleeve in his little luggage box, and I was like, when he said that number, I was like, yeah, that's bullshit. No, dude, some people pay outrageous amounts of money for cardboard, laminated cardboard.
Sure do. This is my commander deck.
Oh shoot! I was gonna say I don't know any nerds that play Magic anymore.
You're talking to 2 of them right now.
To be honest, I don't.
I just had my buddies over 2 nights ago and played a couple rounds of Commander.
I got
Dude.
built-in die compartment.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Gotta have that.
What's the D&D situation in this group?
I have played and I have DM'd, but I'm not currently playing.
Oh my god, this is
Nice.
fucking locked. What the fuck is going on? This is how long it's been since I've played anything Magic related. I think I've played maybe twice or 3 times. Ah!
Ah!
There we go. But I remember one time you ever accidentally do well?
Yeah.
I can barely hear you, RB3.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're very quiet.
My friend came over and was like, I'm going to teach you how to play Commander. So we're going through the game and like I'm setting this up, and then I was like, I think I did this right. And he's like, what? And I showed him like my layout, and I was like, because I had my my deck and everything, and I excuse me, I had everything set up, and I was like, I'm pretty sure this multiplies my attack by like 6, and then I have like 8 creatures on the field, and then I have this other multiplier that like allows me to repeat attack. So I'm pretty sure I could just take out all your dudes like right now. And he was like, what? And I was like, yeah. And I showed him all these things. He's like, holy shit, dude. What the fuck? Like, what a great play. And I was like, I didn't do it on purpose. Like, I ended up here and then realized what I had. But yeah, I have.
Heck yeah.
I don't remember. I have red sleeves and white sleeves.
Dude, heck yeah. That was the last thing I would have ever expected was you to pull out an actual deck. That's dope. I think I sold all my cards at a garage.
I'm
10
currently
years ago.
I'm currently building a new Commander deck. Based around the Assassin's Creed character Kenway. The
Which Kenway? Edward Kenway?
yes,
or Connor
Edward.
Kenway?
Thank you. He's the character you play as in Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Yes, and Connor is Assassin's Creed 3.
Yes.
Well, I almost checked you, and then I checked myself. And remember, if you don't check yourself, you
It's a good thing. Yeah.
So,
Any of y'all played the new Assassin's Creed?
No.
nope.
No?
I only played Black Flag because it was pirate themed. All the other Assassin's Creed games are just that in different themes. So
Oh yeah,
I was good
kind
with
of the same. But
I was good with leaving it where I left it. I did play the expansion game though. I think it was on PlayStation. There was like a secondary Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed Liberation. You guys really gotta.
Yeah.
You really gotta get up on your Assassin's Creed lore. It's kind of bumming me out a little bit.
no,
I don't know
played a little
anything
bit.
after Black Flag either. I know there were other games. Don't know shit about them. Black Flag's where it stopped for me too. But what I do know,
God, Black Flag was just so good.
it was incredible. Sorry, go
I
ahead.
think someone's stuffing RB3 in a locker.
No, I keep turning my mic down when I'm done talking.
He's like, yeah, it's great. The fuck are you talking about? Let's talk about disc golf.
Yeah,
KC Wide Open was interesting.
it sure was. I completely blew up. My parlay blew up in my face. So, circling back to last week's conversation, I did not make my $6,000.
What a shame. You could have had a whole run of these jerseys.
To be fair, they were bonus bets. I didn't actually spend any money. But, completely blew up my parlay. But I know we talk about him a lot on this show, but I really want Macbeth to take one down this season.
It's up to him.
It really is. And Gannon Bird just ran away with it. I mean, he even started choking in the last round and just couldn't. He couldn't. I mean, he would have had to have one of the worst rounds ever to lose that.
He was failing upwards.
Yeah, I mean, you can,
in the last round.
There's no way you can catch him when he's literally doubled your score after the second round.
Yeah, he's. I
I don't like the term streaky for him because I feel like once he gets going, he just doesn't stop. There's no like, oh, I've suddenly. It's like he has the slow start to the season and then it's nonstop. It's just he's on every podium. You hear his name all the time, and it's admirable. I wish I had that kind of consistency.
He's got to get those Lego prints out of his fingertips before he can really get going. You know. Spent all the off season building the Death Star or something.
Something tells me that the way Ganon is, he probably knocked it out in like 2 afternoons. He probably just sat down and was like, I don't even need the manual, and just started putting shit together, and you're like...
He does kind of seem like a hyperfixation kind of guy.
Yeah, which is, it's not a bad thing.
No, I think I get that way too.
With video games.
Mm-hmm.
When I hone in on a game, I don't want to do anything else. I just want to sit down and play it for hours and hours and hours.
Yeah, you played Faz for weeks, and then I don't think you've mentioned it since.
Well, that's because I have nobody to play with.
I literally have it downloaded.
Yeah, and how many times have you asked me to play it?
It's a fair point.
I've asked you 0 times as well, but I also forgot you had it downloaded until right now. So that's on you.
No, I've been burned out of games. I've been playing too much Fortnite and
so lame. Play a real game.
Yeah.
I do kind of want the Cody Rhodes skin for Fortnite though. The skin in the emote's pretty cool.
Okay.
No, I didn't even see it.
I need.
Would you say Cody Rhodes is the not time
best?
Yet?
Yeah, not time yet.
Not time yet.
So there's a clip. Have you ever seen the movie The Producers, the most recent one, RV3?
No.
You say it like a soundbite. What happened? Oh,
he turned off his camera for a second.
Yeah.
Continue.
It's gonna blow his nose. Anyway. It's a movie about these guys who make a fake musical that they know is going to do bad. The musical that they choose to make is called Springtime for Hitler. And it's written by a Nazi who moves to the United States, and he writes this number called Springtime for Hitler, and it's supposed to be a really serious like take on Hitler living at and I can't remember the name of his like mountain getaway compound that he used to go to, but it was like, oh, they have this, it's a really like personal look at Hitler. It's not the Hitler we all know, you know what I mean? And so the people who buy it option it to this really, really uproariously gay director, and he turns it into like a gay romp about Hitler and how Hitler was secretly homosexual. And it's so funny. But there's a scene, the opening of the musical, the very first night, there's this guy who walks on stage who's got this bleach blonde, very perfectly coiffed hair and these bright blue eyes and these huge fake white teeth. And he starts singing the song It's Springtime for Hitler. And every time I see Cody Rhodes every time I'm like, and now it's time for Hitler, and it's like, this episode's gonna get canned.
That'll go great in Fortnite, actually.
And he wears the military jacket now, and it's like, stop it, you're making it worse. Anyway,
tie a bandana around his arm.
I got into a fight on Twitter about this word this week, and I was really hoping we wouldn't have this segment, but I will say that some of the things that I sent about it are my greatest of all tweets. Greatest of all time. Goat talk. We're gonna do goat talk. Glad he had that ready to go. Where's the scream? that timing was perfect. This week's GOAT is greatest of all triple threat matches. And I'm going to 100%, do you want to switch it back so I'm not a talking goat? Thank you. I love that goat. Anyway, I'm going to use my recency bias and say that the recent triple threat match at WrestleMania 41 was one of my all-time favorites. I called the ending weeks before it happened. RV3 can confirm that. I knew immediately.
Yes, confirmed.
As soon as they brought Roman Reigns in, I was like, oh, fuck. Here we go. This is what's going to happen. I can feel it. That being said, was a phenomenal match. Well wrestled, well acted. It's hard to think of another triple threat. There's only one other one I could use, and I don't want to say it right now because I think RV3 might. If he counts it as a triple threat, I think he might go that route. So we'll wait and see. If he doesn't, I'll say my other one. Shanked, you said you had an answer locked in the group chat.
Yes, the greatest of all triple threats is the triple threat box from Pizza Hut.
Not at all where I thought we were gonna go.
You get 2 medium pizzas, a cookie pizza, and some breadsticks.
I love it.
I should have said Seth MacFarlane. That really got me. Is that even an active menu item anymore?
I don't think it is anymore.
No,
I'm
it's
gonna have to pull up Watch Mojo's top 30 items that were discontinued from Pizza Hut.
Oh my god!
Have you guys seen the clip of the Watch Mojo lady when she's talking to Tom Holland?
What about Tom Holland?
Do you know who Watch Mojo is? The YouTube channel?
Yeah, I mean, I know of it. I don't watch it.
RV3?
Yes, I'm familiar.
And you've not seen the clip where the Watch Mojo lady interviews Tom Holland about Spider-Man?
If I have seen it, then I've forgotten it.
Okay, so it's literally there. You know, when they do press junkets, they have like 80 reporters in a row come in and talk to the stars of the movie. And so the Watch Mojo lady, her name's Rebecca, I think. Rebecca, you're my queen, Rebecca. Sorry, it's an American Dad reference. Anyway, she comes in and she's like, "Yeah, I'm with Watch Mojo," and Tom Holland goes, "I love Watch Mojo." And she's like, "No, really?" And he's like, "Yeah." He goes, "Welcome to Watch Mojo." And he starts to say the intro, and she goes, "That's me." And then Tom Holland's like, "Shut the fuck up. No, it's not." And then the kid, I can't remember his name, but the other actor who plays like his best friend in the movie, it's like, we watch Mojo all the time. And then Tom Holland goes to her and goes, "Can you do the intro for us? Please?" And the way he says please even gets me excited. I was like, dude, I couldn't tell him no for anything. And then she does it, and they both lose their minds with like fangirl excitement about they're talking to the Watch Mojo lady. And it's the sweetest, most innocent clip. And like that, I don't know. It's one of my favorites.
That's awesome.
It's so fun to watch. Anyway, RV3.
I am not going to pick the one that you think I'm going to pick.
Okay, you tell me which one you think I thought you were going to pick.
You're thinking Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Chris Benoit.
No.
Oh, okay. Because I thought that's what you were thinking I would pick.
No, that's a good one. That's not the one I thought you were.
I'm going to pick the one that happened earlier that very same day. NXT Stand and Deliver, Obafemi, Trick Williams, and Swerve Strickland, I think. If I'm remembering.
He said it's the greatest of all time. Doesn't even know it.
I'm trying to remember all the names because I only watched that last match before the Mania pre-show, and it was so good. It was
incredible.
So good. One of the best matches of the weekend, and it wasn't even at Mania. So
No.
it's not the greatest of all time, but it's a really good one from over the weekend.
I thought you were gonna pick the ladder match from WrestleMania 17 with the Dudley Boys, the Hardy Boys, and Christian.
Yeah, I wouldn't have. I mean, it is a triple threat tag match, but it's
Edge and Christian. You're doing what to Christian? So that's why I was like, I don't know if you'll count
That's
that
a good
as
one.
triple threat, even though technically it is.
Yeah, that's a good one. Well, thanks for tuning in to Goat Talk. That was greatest of all triple threats, and a little fun way for us to talk about WrestleMania after it's over. Holy crap! Yeah,
Discounted or discontinued pizza items.
Yes, and discontinued pizza items. Now back to your regularly scheduled Hanging Loose podcast.
Disc golf podcast. Did you guys see the disc golf arcade game that's been taking over socials?
Yeah, Disc Golf Masters.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
I saw
The people who dethroned Disc Golf Game On.
What?
Are we talking about the same thing?
No. What are you talking about?
It's like that football game at the arcade where you throw the ball through the holes, but it's a disc golf one.
No, I'm
You're
talking about the new video game that's coming out.
That's not an arcade game, dingus.
There's a new disc golf video game?
Yes,
Yeah, it's called Disc Golf Masters.
It's the guys who did Disc Golf Valley.
Yeah, they created a full 3D rendered, and the guys and the player models also have awful form, so it's very reminiscent of amateur disc golf.
Tell me how you really feel about it.
No, I'm sad because I know the guy from Disc Golf Game On has put in so much work. He's pretty much a one-man team.
Yeah.
And his game is great. He just doesn't have the time or energy to promote it like those guys over at Spinoff do. And I knew if he didn't get that to launch quick enough, someone was going to come and snatch it, and it looks like they are. So hopefully it didn't hopefully it's not hasn't discouraged him too much. But shout out Disc Golf Game On.
Thought. Yeah, he was my first thought. So way to bring that up and totally make it weird there, Shanked. We were talking about it's like a putting mini game that you can put it in arcade now. There's like,
did they show it off at KC Wide Open?
Yeah,
I saw a clip of that. It looked infuriating.
Well, that's because we were bad at putting, but Owen and AB didn't seem to have a problem with it. And then I think on Terry Miller's Instagram stories today, he posted a video from like 2006 or thereabouts. And it was him playing a similar game, but absolutely destroying it. He was literally like 18, 19 putts in a row straight through the little slots. So shouts out to Terry. 1992 World Punting Champion. He was. What are you laughing at? That's real.
No, yeah. Yep.
Don't make me come French kiss you because I'll fucking do it.
What is it? The
Oh,
Pocawocha? Is that what it's called?
I don't know. I don't speak Spanish.
It's the Polecat World Championships or something like that. He's making shit up.
Yeah, you're making up pronunciations. I don't know.
No, I think that's what it's called, right? Pocawocha or something like that. Pocawocha?
My buddies try and qualify for it every year, and I don't think they ever have, but I don't throw a polecat, so I have a fun story with a polecat, though. Rude. The one tournament that I've played in the last 2-3 years, last year in like March, I got that ace. I think I told everybody about the ace already. Yeah. So I threw that and then immediately went to collect it. And then while I was walking up to collect it, my friend John, the very next throw right behind me with his polecat stacked on top of mine. And so that was a pretty fun moment for everybody. We were like, what the fuck?
Heck yeah.
But it was also like the shortest hole ever. So people will give me.
Ace is an ace.
I got a 1 on a scorecard. So
yeah.
Shut up.
Ace is an ace.
Damn right.
Would you consider, say you're playing like a putting league and you have par 2s, would you consider 1 an ace? Even if the hole's like 60 feet?
I think an ace has to be at least an eagle or better on the hole.
Interesting. I kind of like that.
Like, because if it's a par 2, then they're expected,
right?
Yeah, I know par is the expected score, but I don't know. I feel like birdies are so common; it's not really like a special achievement at that point.
Yeah, I like that.
A 60-foot hole is a jump putt. That's not a it's not a.
The pitch and putt community is going to be pissed off at you.
Well, listen. Out of my 22 aces, 19 of them are at a pitch and putt course. All of my aces are over 150 feet, but they're under 300 feet.
Yep, same.
So it's not, it's not. I couldn't stand at the tee pad and putt the disc in. I have to actually throw it. So if I have to actually throw it, I would say that's probably a valid ace.
Would agree. That's a cool. I mean, I don't think it's probably not as crazy as I'm thinking, but eagle or better makes a lot of sense in terms of what qualifies as an ace. Anyways, that game at KC Wide Open, from what it looked like a sort of skee ball type game where you have like the center kind of marksman basket in the middle, and then you had like the 2 slots on either side for like more points. Am I right in that?
Yeah, they had 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom, and then a marksman basket in the middle.
Kind of skee ball-esque.
Kinda. For me, it's more. I don't know how long it's been since you've been to an arcade, but the last 10 years or so, there's a football game that's exactly the same, where they have a small hole, a medium hole, and a big hole, and then they have little additional targets you can hit. So it's not like skee ball, you're rolling it up a ramp. It's essentially the same thing. You're just not using a ramp. But,
Right.
It looks pretty cool. I think it would be. I don't know how they read the score, because like if the disc, I don't know if you've ever shot like the free throw on the free throw machines or whatever, but sometimes if the ball rattles around in the rim, it'll count it twice. I feel like that'll happen more often with discs.
Yeah, it's probably like an infrared sensor, if I had to guess.
It's just
That's part of the game. Kind of part of the game, though.
Yeah, I mean, you can game that kind of stuff.
It's an arcade for a reason. You're not like it's
trash. You sound like Billy Mitchell. Do you know who that is?
No, I'm just laughing to yes and you.
Hey everybody, this is Randy from RandDiscGolf.com. When I'm not providing you with all the greatest discs from around the world, sometimes I deliver art. And when I'm on the road, I like to listen to the masterpiece that is called Hangin' Loose podcast. So if you want to hear about Spicy's latest girl problems, or Shank's favorite new milkshake flavor, check out Hangin' Loose, where once in a while they talk about disc golf, but don't get too used to it. So again, Randy from RandDiscGolf.com.
Billy Mitchell, King of Kong, fistful of quarters. Watch it, you'll hate him.
King full of Kong?
Huh?
Is that what you said? King full of Kong?
No, King of Kong, a fistful of quarters. I'm not watching Kong get filling up anybody.
It's just what you monkeying around for?
So what is the next major tournament on the tour?
That's a great question.
Is it
DGPT.com.
DDO?
Might be.
No, they wouldn't do KC Wide Open back to back with DD. It's the Champions Cup.
Oh yeah, first major of the year.
Yeah.
Where's it at?
They are playing at Stockton, California.
This is the.
That's right.
This is Glendevere.
Swenson Park.
Oh, Swenson. Okay, Swenson Park.
So, yeah, Swenson Park.
Should we do a watch along like we did for one of the majors last year? What's your weekend look like, boys?
Wait, is it this? It's not this weekend. It's the 1st or something like that. 1st or the 4th.
Oh, I might. That might be dead for me, actually.
Yeah, that's my monster.
Hey, be nice to Ashley.
Never mind. Scratch that.
Woo!
Close one.
Are we going to cut that?
Not watching this one back around the family.
I think
God, at least that soundbite was on time.
I think I could be down for some moving day watch along.
In lieu of a podcast that week, I don't want to do both. I love you guys, but I'm also sleepy.
No, I would also agree to that.
Be bet.
Saturday.
Does any of us have a DGN subscription?
Saturday would be
May 3rd would be tough for you.
Yeah, that's the tour that I organize. That's one of our tour dates.
What about Star Wars Day?
That's Sunday.
I'm free to do it Sunday.
As long as we're done before I have to host trivia, which is until 8 p.m., so it should be fine.
Yeah, unless they have a weather delay.
But it'll be California time anyway, so.
That's fair. So it'll be 2 hours, 3 hours before me. So
sounds good. Making plans. Welcome to the Plan Making Podcast.
Welcome to Sausage Talk.
Welcome to the sun. You beat me to it, fucker.
The fuck is sausage talk? And why are you
we talk about how the sausage is made?
Let's talk about buttered sausage. What it is, what it's doing. Get it out of my face, buttered sausage.
What?
That's a good segue. Didn't that clip come out to be AI? Wasn't that an AI video?
Not AI. I think it was just a filter, but yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. Is that something we want to get into? I know me and Randy kind of
our group chat was
it up.
popping off today with discussions about AI. Y'all can have at it. I'm Team Switzerland here. I get both sides of the coin. So
interesting. Well, I don't think it's any surprise that a certain Prodigy run recently had AI stamps. There was a whole Reddit thread, and just if you have any sort of AI radar for eyes, you could tell that they were made. But I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, I do know how I feel about it, but I also, like you said, I'm kind of centered because it costs companies money to hire artists to make stamps, but also that's just kind of cost of business and ignoring the ethical side of it at all. Like that, AI image creation is inherently theft. I'm curious. Well, I'm not curious. I know why there isn't more outrage in the community, and it's because of how acclimated we're getting to AI being in everything that we use. But the disc golf I joined in 2019 wouldn't have been okay with it. And it's very strange to me that we're just fine with these companies subverting paying artists and just mashing together other people's works for things.
Just playing devil's advocate here. My understanding based on the text that you sent earlier was I don't know the actuality behind AI. I don't work there. I've never spent time researching it. So my understanding based on what you said is it's essentially a database of everything that exists online, correct?
Yeah, pretty dang close.
Right. So I get why you feel that it's inherent theft. But at the same time, if they're stealing a little bit from everybody, it's really not like they're fucking one particular person over. So
yes,
it's theft from everyone. I get that and understand that, but
well, here let me posit this to argue on your side, right? So how is AI consuming all of this content, books, posts on social media, images, paintings, and all that, and then spitting out something original any different from people doing that, right? Like we read books, we get inspired by paintings, we watch TV, and then we mash that all up in our brain and come up with an original idea. I made that point on the show before where like there's no such thing as an original idea because everything's derivative of something else. And the argument is that AI is doing just that. The only difference is it's commoditized, right? Like they took everyone's hard work and creativity, sucked it into, hoovered it up into some GPU, and then you type, write me a blog post about disc golf, and it just spits out, 70 different blog posts and generatively makes something new.
Right. So, a couple things. I think the difference is, because I want to start with where you started with. The question was, how is it any different? The difference is the interpretation. And I'm going to use a point from earlier in this podcast that will allude to what I'm talking about. I can read a book and get something completely different from it than you can. We could read the same book, same words. You're going to get something completely different out of it than I will. And I think AI doesn't have that ability. There's no
reasoning.
there's no nuance. There's no understanding of like tone or anything. It's straight information.
Yeah.
And I think that is what will continue to drive. If anything, let me rephrase this. I almost said incorrectly. If anything, it's going to make human-generated artwork more valuable because there will be more meaning behind it. It's like, like anybody can, I listen. I don't want to take anything away from Severance, the TV show, because I don't know. Something tells me a production like that would go the extra mile in really having people hand paint and design these things.
Oh, for sure.
But a lot of the artwork in that show kind of hit me, and I think it was intended to, based on the setting and the kind of dystopian nature of it, as generated.
Yeah, and I think that plays into like the uncanniness of it, which is kind of what I was talking about. How you can spot that stuff at a distance, right? Is like those Prodigy. I don't remember what they call it. Colorways? No, that's not right.
They were like full color spectrum.
Yeah, like the full print stamp. You can just kind of look at it, and it's got that it's just got a look to it. I don't really know how to explain it, and I don't think we have words for it really yet.
Can I coin a term? Because this is the term that I use for it.
Yes.
And I tell me if you think it's spot on or not. But when I see something that I can tell is AI, I say it has the sheen. It has the sheen.
Love it.
It has the
overly polished.
We have a winner. Done.
Yeah, it's like overly polished. Like I get 100% what you mean when you say that.
Yeah, that's just how I've verbalized it. So spread it. I want to become famous.
For the
You heard it here first, folks. Spicy Boy has coined the sheen.
That look of AI-ishness.
AI-ishness.
But yeah, I get what you're
Webster
saying.
right now.
It's not. It's stealing, but it's not stealing because it is generating something new. But
where it came from is stealing.
Yeah, because it's taking all the information you had and coming out with something else. And that's what we do. But there's no ability to interpret or expound if needed.
It was I think it was OpenAI, like the people who make ChatGPT, actively trained their models on pirate websites for books, and they trained their models off of legitimately stolen copyrighted works. So there's an argument to be had that anything that's generated after that is subvented off of stolen work. But what it's spitting out isn't, because one of their main goals with AI is that you'll never get hit with plagiarism. You'll never get hit with here's something completely original. It's actually just it just spit out Starry Night, kind of like that. It's never going to
my namesake
explicitly do copyright violations or plagiarize or stuff like that.
Knows
but
its limitations
from its conception and how it was trained off of stolen works. So ethically, it's very gray. I take a more pragmatic approach where it exists. I mean, there's not much you could do about it.
Right.
Unless lawsuits take them down, which at this point they're too big to fail.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, either get with the times or, fall behind kind of deal. But I have a very strong problem with it being used for arts. I was told the robots would take over and do my dishes so I could paint.
Right. So here's my counter to that. I am obviously not a lawyer. I'm not a copyright expert. But my understanding is if you willingly post something anywhere on the internet,
yes, that
becomes public information. That's no longer
public information, yes, but you can't take it and use it as your own.
But it's publicly accessible.
That's still, yes, publicly, except when they're training off of pirated websites, because those were illegally on the website.
Right. But what I'm saying is if the owner of the information, Like if I was Dan Brown and I wrote the newest Robert Langdon novel and I was like, I'm just going to post the manuscript for people to have for free, I'll still sell books.
Oh,
you know,
yeah, then that becomes
it.
free game.
That's what I mean. So, like,
yeah, I mean, if you're posting on Twitter, you're training Grok or whatever. Like,
right. He wishes he could be as funny as me, but
that's
I'm more so meaning in the art realm. Like, I know your wife is a graphic artist, and if she's actively posting, I'm just using this for the sake of argument. If she posts a design on Instagram,
oh yeah, Meta AI scoops it up, just hoovers it.
Right. Let me finish.
Sorry.
If she posts something on Instagram, Facebook, wherever, if she posts it to a publicly visitable website, I don't think it's criminal or stealing in any way for an AI that has access to that publicly visitable website to then implement that in its designs. Because she posted it knowing people are going to look at this. So that's my counter to what you were saying of like, yeah, of course you can't. I'm not going to go like purchase a design from your wife that nobody else has ever seen and then repost it and be like, look what I did. That is different, I think.
I 100% agree. I had to mute myself so I had to stop interrupting you. No, I 100% agree. And a lot of artists are moving to like Patreon or Substack for to paywall their stuff so that their stuff is free from AI scraping, because almost every website now, if you read their terms and conditions or when you sign up for something new, there's a disclaimer that you're, are you okay with your information being used for language model training? And it's interesting to see where this is going. My only problem, like to circle back to Prodigy using people's or using AI to make stamps, is there's people out there like my wife who would design Prodigy a stamp for $50,
right?
And you could run with it. Is that really breaking your bank? $100. Is that breaking your bank so much that you can't use real human art to do this? Or are you really pinching pennies that much that you need to, go to Midjourney and be like, I need a picture of a falcon?
Yeah, I agree with you and understand where you're coming from. I think it's hard because as a company, I think the costs that you look to cut are the most unpredictable ones.
Yeah, I mean, and any company, marketing is the first to go. Right. It makes no sense, but it's
especially if you're big enough to like if you play disc golf, you know who Prodigy Discs is. You're not, you don't need to be sold on them really. Mm-hmm. And I would say the same for any of the advertisers. It obviously works, or they wouldn't waste their time doing it. But I think I don't know. I think in the long run, hold on. Got to get it out, baby. At least I spared you guys this week. In the long run, they're going to look at, $50 for a stamp. But then she gets 25 cents of every disc sold that has that stamp on it. Because I don't know if she charges.
That's if you make that deal,
Right. But you also don't want to sell yourself short as an artist and just be like, I'll just take a one-time payment, Like, I think there's a famous interview with Matt Damon where he's talking about how he turned down Avatar with James Cameron. And James Cameron offered him 10% of the gross of the movie. That's $200 million that he said no to. And it's
because it wasn't guaranteed.
No, he just he had already made a commitment to film another movie and was like, I'm not going to do that, which is good. I think that's the right character to take.
Yeah.
But it's like those royalties are really where I feel like a majority of your bread and butter are going to come from. So why would you be like, well, I got to take less money now to beat out an AI. I think if a company wants a human artist, they're going to hire a human artist. If a company just doesn't give a shit about it, and they're like, whatever, we can accomplish what we're trying to accomplish without having to enter into messy negotiations and all this other stuff. Because I think it's all the other costs associated with it rather than just the commission cost.
And to kind of cap this point off, doesn't really matter public opinion on it, because if people are buying them, then it's working. right? And if people buy your discs that have AI stamps on them, that decision is being validated in purchases by your community. So if people really have a problem with it, don't buy it. I don't buy Prodigy anyways, so I'm just kind of shouting into the void. But I don't think Prodigy is the only one that's doing it. I think there's probably only a couple brands out there anymore that aren't doing it. So just keep an eye out if you don't like AI generated stuff, and you vote with your wallet.
I was gonna say the best voice you have is your wallet.
Yep. So don't buy stuff that has AI if you don't want it. Learn how to spot it, because it's not as easy as it used to be. So
yeah,
it's only gonna get better.
One of my favorite videos is the old, maybe like 4 or 5 years ago video of the AI video of Will Smith eating pasta, and then they showed the new one, and it's like, what the hell, dude?
And that's just a few years difference.
AI it's very dangerous. It's not something to be taken lightly. It's if we don't get ahead of it now, we're gonna be in real trouble. And I think we already are in some sorts of trouble with like revenge porn and things like that, where people can just throw somebody's face on it. Like, I had a great set of tits a couple weeks ago, and the web page that posted has now been taken down. So damn it, let AI do its thing. No, not at all. I gotta get running here in just a couple minutes. But
RB3, words of wisdom.
Yeah, tell us your secrets, Daddy.
Yeah.
Unexpected throw to the producer.
No secrets here, really. AI should not be doing art stuff. That really sucks. If you're a company that does that, if you use that shit, you suck. And if you know that there's other companies that's out there, make sure that they're responsible, and let people know that, hey, this artwork that you're buying, was made by computer, and we're not paying anybody to make this artwork.
It took 2.5 Uncrustables out of Shank's mouth, so you just know that buying this disc.
That's pretty much all I got on that topic. But we had a very, very busy weekend with the Kansas City Wide Open and WrestleMania. Both events.
420 and Easter.
And, man, I had to explain to my mom this year what 420 was. She texted me. She said, hey, what's 420? And then I do what I always do whenever my mom asks me a question, is I go to Google and I Google it, and then I screenshot it and I send it back to her.
Here's what you're basically an AI.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah. Because, it'll give you, like, if you type into Google, it kind of, like, generates that, like, thing. Oh, this is...
AI
exactly. Yeah.
The Gemini preview.
Right. So that was pretty funny. Yeah, that's pretty much all that I had going on.
All right, then.
Heck yeah. Well, spay new to your pets. Tell companies that use AI that they suck. Or agree with Spicy and then take a more pragmatic approach. We'll see you guys all next week.
Okay, bye. Love you.
Love you.
Oh, God, I'll kill you. All right. Time to go through our discs.
Thanks for listening to Hanging Loose, a disc golf podcast. We'll be back again next week. Until then, hang loose.